Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here. Still obviously a little under the weather if you can't hear, but getting better, but that's not why you're here or tuning in. In Meta news, and we're talking about Meta, they're about to explode disinformation all over their platforms, essentially in the name of profit. Now, hear me out here. And here's what's going on, because Ivan Mehta of TechCrunch basically wrote an article on this, but I think there's some important context missing, although I do think the article is great. Now, here's what's up. Meta is trying to distance itself from news media related regulations and payment complexities as it plans to remove the news tab from Facebook in both the United States and Australia. The company announced that a couple of days ago and basically said this is going to sunset this year in April, so basically a month or so away. Now, last year, Meta discontinued Facebook News in the UK, Germany, and France, saying that it wanted to allocate resources to, quote, our products and services people value most, end quote. And sure, why not? You've changed the algorithm to no longer prioritize news or even friend posts compared to advertising and stupid videos. I've done research on that I've published online as well. Now, the tone of the latest announcement is obviously very similar. Facebook is basically saying that the number of people using Facebook News in Australia and the United States dropped by 80% in the last year. Of course it did. You've changed the algorithms to deprioritize news. When I am basically having to scroll through 100 fake news posts, and by fake news, I'm talking about legitimate news, but like on BS like Kim Kardashian, not actual news, whether it's politics, issues around the world, the friggin' weather, you're not seeing that because they're deprioritizing it. So of course it's down. Last year, Meta also said that news is less than 3% of the content of what people see on their feed. Again, this is a choice that Meta has made. In other words, they could be delivering actual information that people need, but they've deprioritized it. So of course it's not there. That's the context that is missing here. Users may not even notice this probably, and over the years, publishers have also seen a drop in referral traffic from Facebook because, again, Facebook, which was the news source, which also helped disinformation explode, is no longer combating that by actually making sure feeds have legitimate news sources. Now, here's the real reason why they're doing this. The fate of Facebook's news shutdown is due to regulatory moves and Meta's withdrawal from investing in new products. Here it is. Legislation passed in Australia and Canada resulted in authorities asking platforms to pay online publishers for their content. The company basically started blocking news as a result of that for users in Canada August last year, and they had a run of that in Australia, which ended up causing chaos because things like local fire departments we're putting out things like news bulletins that local people to that fire department were not seeing. Same with police. Now, Meta specified that basically their announcement doesn't affect current deals the company has in place with publishers until they expire, meaning those will go beyond, but as they're deprioritizing traffic and have been for years, what's the point? On top of this, in the United States, and Australia, people will be able to share news on their feeds and publishers will be able to manage their pages and post links there. But again, that's not relevant only in the sense that as I literally gave the numbers like a month ago, it took me anywhere from 30 to 130 odd scrolls before I actually saw friends' content. So if friends are posting news, there you go. And you may have seen this if you're a regular Facebook user. You're not getting as much engagement from your actual friends. You might have a couple of likes here and there, and it's not because people just don't care about what you're posting. It's because they're not seeing it, because they are prioritizing reels, they are prioritizing advertisement, and they are prioritizing groups. And if they are not basically prioritizing actual legitimate news that combats the wave after wave after wave of disinformation on their platform, we are left with nothing but wave after wave after wave of disinformation. People trust essentially, their friends, and those few that are seeing it on their friends as they are posting things that are demonstrably false coming from some fake news source. And we're seeing a ton of these spun up, and we've seen that for years, just fake news, quite frankly, and that's the legitimate fake news. This is a problem that we're going to have. So Facebook is making this worse. And the backdrop of the election, where they're cutting their safety and responsibility teams for the election and they're cutting actual news, what are we left with? Disinformation and the prioritization of anger in the name of profit. That has been their game the entire time. Frances Haugen broke this news. Psychologists internally, we have those reports. This is a problem. This can't go on, and it's going to continue, and they're not going to stop because they've got an army of lobbyists, and their fines, they literally have a budget for this because they make so much money. So it's not going away. It's a huge problem, and welcome to the new dystopian Facebook, because it's just going to do nothing but get worse. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter, where hopefully you'll actually see this kind of content as opposed to just the BS out there. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please attempt to stay private. Thanks, everybody.